Mr. Hartmut Esslinger, really welcome you to the Urtopia booth, and thank you for your time and your great design on Fusion. So we want to have a shorter interview of a couple of questions. So first, is this your first time to Eurobike show?
In Frankfurt, yes.
Yeah?
Not in Friedrichshafen.
So how do you feel about the bike industry or all the other products you have seen?
I mean, in general, I'm a bike fan, but it's amazing what happened with the e-bike addition to the industry. It looks a little bit like the old kind of bikes with a battery.
Yeah.
And that is also what we tried to change, that the battery becomes invisible by creating a structure which integrates everything, also other functions we need, that they like to step through as a very essential feature in the mass market, and also convenience and identity. Identity also protects against theft, because if somebody steals our bike, it becomes very visible.
Yeah. So we want to invite great designer to design e-bikes for a more sustainable future or more sustainable community and environment. But for you, why did you decide to design an e-bike?
I really like bicycles.
Yeah.
A and B, Sisi explained that you are cool people, not conservative.
We have seen the first prototype of Fusion, and we already got really well welcomed by the audience. But we're curious, what inspired you initially for this design?
I think it was about 80% of the people with Widlet we asked for, they liked step through. But step through is a very difficult to make it unique.
Yeah.
And I mean, the idea in the end, actually, strictly from a design point of view, is you need a certain story. And the story of the Fusion is symmetry.
Yeah.
So it's only one angle, turned around. So when people look at it, they say, okay, it's a shape, but it's only one thing. So that makes people feel good because it's simple, despite being interesting.
Yeah, I really remember in your introduction deck of Fusion design, you mentioned we wanted to be premier and timeless. I think the timeless is a really key factor here.
Yeah. I mean, it also should look great in 10 years, you know?
Yeah.
It's not a throwaway product.
Yeah. And also I'm curious because we introduced that the team is recently investigating blending ChatGPT with a smart e-bike. So what kind of imagination or potential opportunities would you think can happen when we mix AI with a smart e-bike?
I think the biggest challenge for e-bikes is driver safety. It's 8 times more accidents with e-bikes than with regular bikes. One thing we made makes the bike visible, but also you can make it visible by electronic tools. And I think with ChatGPT, I think also we should work on how safe will my ride be at this time, or will it be safer in 15 minutes?
Yeah.
So avoiding the culmination of dangerous traffic. You know, you have actually mostly constant traffic jams in China, but here it's more in the morning certain times in Europe because people go to work, and then at 10 o'clock the delivery traffic with the trucks is starting. That's the most dangerous part, and then also going home and people are tired. And it's not so much the rider, but it's the people in the cars who are the danger. Not caring, being tired, I want to get home. And I think with ChatGPT you can make a projection of what is a safer slot than the peak times. That would be for me the main benefit of it. And that's data which is available. There's not much secret behind it. You know the traffic count. It's even here on the internet. You just call it up. For each in Munich, at certain spots, or Berlin or Stuttgart, you can really call up a junction. And what is the traffic on the junction to have avoided? And also guide people around other spots.
So the company's name is Urtopia. So it means both new urban utopia and also Urtopia for each different user of us. So we wonder what kind of utopia or maybe an ideal community, society, and the relationship of human and environment would you imagine or would you like to see in the future?
Oh, wow. I mean, first of all, I like the name because utopia is imagination you have of a future which isn't here, but would be great to have. And then you have naturally to filter what is good for us. So I think focus on safety will be the key differentiator because people like to stay alive. They like to stay without accidents. And I think the whole smartness, also adding sensors to it, coming into it, I think that will be. I mean, as I said, it's a bicycle with a mind. So yes, it's a computer on wheels. It's too technical, but bicycle with a mind. It's kind of a like on the Macintosh. The idea was that we have an alien on the table, and then we designed an alien. Like the movie was E.T. Remember? So there was this little guy, which actually was a Spanish cartoon originally, an evil guy back then. Anyway, E.T. was popular, and we said, okay, there's this in Mexico, this relief of an astronaut, and then we said, okay, it's a little astronaut landing, and then he has to be vertical with a face and smile, hello, and that was just an emotional start of Mac, and it was not a business computer. So change the paradigm. Okay, it's a partner, you know? It's like a family member, somehow useful, safe, helpful. So I think that will be an important aspect.
I really agree. And I even think just from what you talk, you gave me also inspiration for the next generation of smart box and bikes also. I think some especially the light belt that can give it some kind of personal like a persona or like a emotional feeling, that would be very interesting. Awesome. Thank you for your time, and I think that is for our short interview. And the whole Urtopia team really thank you a lot for all the great work, and hope we will bring it to mass market and amaze all the great audience.
I'm sure for it. I mean, you see people, the guy from Spain also liked it. He thought, wow, see.
Really love it. We hope all the countries, different genders and different age group, we think it will be a really timeless masterpiece.
Okay.
Cool.